In the annals of obscure intellectual constructs, few concepts provoke thought as uniquely as the Earl's gambling sandwich. It's a phrase that hints at both absurdity and profound insight. To decipher this peculiar phrase, we must peel back its layers, examining the Earl, gambling, and sandwich not as mere words, but as architectural components of an idea. The Earl, in this context, is less a specific historical figure and more a symbol. He represents the catalyst, the architect of a deliberate, structured risk. Gambling is the heart of the matter, the acceptance of uncertainty, the intentional submission to chance, where outcomes are inherently unpredictable, yet sought after. Finally, the sandwich. It provides the structure, containing and combining disparate elements into a singular, consumable, and ultimately consequential experience. Thus, the Earl's gambling sandwich isn't merely a snack. It's a carefully constructed proposition designed to explore the mechanics of risk and reward. Consider the bread, the outer layers. These represent the knowns, the baseline conditions, the perceived security upon which the gamble is undertaken. The filling, however, is the core. It is the unknown variable, the speculative element, the actual gamble itself, promising both potential delight and profound regret. And the condiments? These are the often overlooked consequences, the subtle flavors that enhance or detract from the entire experience, both intended and unforeseen. The sandwich, then, becomes an exercise in choice, to consume or not to consume, to partake in the unknown, to accept the potential outcomes. What does this reveal about human psychology? We are wired to assess risk, yet often succumb to biases, influenced by hope, fear, and the allure of perceived advantage. One might draw parallels to prospect theory, where gains and losses are evaluated differently, shaping our decisions in non-linear ways. The Earl understood this asymmetry. We often seek an illusion of control within the gamble, attempting to analyze, strategize, and predict, even when true randomness reigns supreme. Yet, there's an undeniable allure to the unknown, a thrill that accompanies the potential for an unexpected, significant reward, driving consumption of the sandwich. Conversely, the shadow of loss looms large, the potential for regret, the cost of failure, the bitter taste that might linger long after the sandwich is consumed. The Earl's creation then becomes an ongoing experiment in human decision-making, played out across various contexts and scales, from individual choices to global markets. Consider macroeconomic policies as enormous gambling sandwiches, where governments make calculated risks on future outcomes with profound societal consequences. Or a career change, a relationship commitment. These are personal gambling sandwiches, where the knowns are limited and the future is an uncertain filling. The availability of information, or lack thereof, crucially shapes the perceived risk. More data can make the gamble feel safer, yet rarely eliminates uncertainty entirely. One might even question the ethics of the Earl's proposition. Is it fair to present such a sandwich, knowing the inherent biases in human decision-making? People approach the sandwich with varying degrees of risk tolerance, a spectrum influenced by personality, past experiences, and immediate circumstances. The flavor of the consequence isn't always binary. It's rarely pure success or utter failure, but a nuanced blend, a mix of sweet and sour. The addictive nature of gambling suggests a repetition compulsion, a desire to re-engage with the sandwich, hoping for a different, more favorable outcome next time. Ultimately, the Earl's intention might not be exploitation, but revelation, to expose the intricate mechanisms of human decision-making under uncertainty. In this light, the sandwich becomes a profound metaphor for life itself, a continuous series of choices, each carrying its own unknown filling and subtle condiments. We are all, in essence, consumers of such sandwiches, constantly navigating environments where perfect information is unattainable and consequences are multifaceted. Perhaps wisdom lies not in avoiding the sandwich, but in understanding its architecture, accepting its inherent risks, and discerning the true nature of its ingredients. It's about moving from blind consumption to informed uncertainty, from naive hope to strategic engagement with the forces of chance and consequence. The Earl's gambling sandwich, therefore, endures as a profound heuristic, a mental model for understanding the perpetual dance between choice, chance, and outcome. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, to question our motivations, and to truly savor, or perhaps dread, the unique flavor of every decision we make.